come on. I always, every time I ground or I connect, I go to the darkness. It's just all dark and quiet.
But in the stillness.
I directly go right there.
True. Do you know? Yeah. Do you know I was listening to someone and they made the sense of what I usually do. You know how I just usually in circle, I don't do any of the music or anything. I say the circle prayer and go straight to your
hmm
blending.
Right.
And some people need music, some people need this and that. But then you wind up depending on it, where
Oh
we can
yeah,
likely really connect if we want to.
yeah.
You
I
know?
don't need them. Yeah, because I don't. I think that's because a lot of the times, well, especially when I was younger, it was so chaotic, in foster homes and just lots of chaos.
Yeah.
It was just easy for me just to shut my eyes and boom, I was there with the loves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I get that.
you know what I'm saying? And so, and same with like when I'm in the hospital. Are you kidding me? I don't have time for music and stuff with nurses running around. And, I just directly go there to the
Yeah.
nice, quiet stillness, the darkness. And a lot of people used to, well, some people still do say, what do you mean? It's just dark. Isn't that scary? It's like, no,
Because
it's
that's the
comforting.
mentality. That's
Yeah.
the mentality. I know. But I think Claire, you maybe using, maybe saying, well, my brain is cleared. I have no worries, no sorrows, no worried about tomorrow, yesterday.
Right.
But it took me years when I was younger to get out of that victim mind stage of
Oh
mind.
yeah, yes, yes. Same here. Same here.
So,
It was a journey.
so when you do classes, for example, I do classes, you sit in the power for a little bit. I think I'm going to
hmm
back off of that for for a little bit as far as it goes with the mediumship part of it. Because then
hmm
people start going, wait a minute, I got to ground myself. I got to sit on the power, in the power. I got to do this, got to do that. And it takes you like 10, 15 minutes just for you to connect.
Right. Yes, so
When
true.
actually we can just connect. We don't need to do all that. So,
Right.
yeah.
No. Like the love say, too much ritual, child. Too much ritual.
So
But
when,
I get that you have to teach, right? You have to teach steps, right? For some
yeah,
people because it really is foreign to them to get quiet. I get that. But then after you have learned your ABCs and one, two, threes, then they just need to come up with the thing that works for them,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that's true. Some people really need to do all that before they connect. And it's
Yeah,
okay.
I believe
But
it.
I wouldn't, I guess I have that independent mind where I don't want to. I do like to sit in just silence and stillness for a few moments because you can come on in by the grocery store and have to give a reading. And then you kind of like,
hmm
you kind of just have to get into that sacred space. Yeah. Frame
That
of mind.
Happy Gilmore spaces.
Mhm.
My Happy Gilmore place. Yes. You're just right because it is so true right now. And it has been for a while where there's just so many distractions, right? There's the internet, and then, then there's
Yeah.
Facebook and Snapchat this and twiddle twaddle that. And, it's almost for me overloading um,
Yeah.
to where
I don't get
I
on all
have
that
to back
stuff.
off. hmm
Yeah, I don't get on. I get on Facebook, but my daughter did tell me I need to start getting on TikTok if the government don't take it away. Been talking about taking it away because they're going to want money for it.
Right?
So we'll see.
Yeah. I just, I haven't been on Facebook for a while, and my poor page is suffering for it. But I don't know. When I feel like doing it, I'll do it. I don't want to make myself do it right now.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. You got to be your authentic self. You got to be true to
You
you.
do. You do.
Hmm.
And there are just times, especially, since I try really hard not to fight my diseases. So if those days my body says, you ain't doing nothing today, chick, okay, gotcha. That's when, YouTube comes on, but at least I'm learning whatever.
Yeah,
And then at least I'm with the loves. And that is one thing that can never be taken away, right? Is the comfort of spirit.
yeah, so true.
It is right. They're there. All we have to do is call on them, ask them for help, and if they can, they will. But they can always comfort us.
Yeah,
Always.
they're always there. They're all,
Mm-hmm.
I know that they're there for us. Do you know when I was sitting in circle this morning, I went to go into a really deep blend. So
Mm.
I made myself, I don't know if you saw that on Facebook, but I actually was very overshadowed, but which people call transfiguration, but it's not transfiguration. So
Right.
yeah, yeah. And so anyway, yeah, but I don't want people to think that's what I'm trying to title myself as because I don't. But anyhow, the blend was so strong and so deep. I mean, I really went down to that blend. That's that you could just
Mm.
feel spirit really close, and
Mm-hmm.
and they overshadowed my face and I had spirit eyes and all that stuff. But it was just there was no leading up to anything. I just completely went down. It was really nice.
I
But
love that.
me too.
Oh, I love that. That's just that's the place that I love. I love being there.
But
I
I
would
mean,
be there all day if I could.
yeah,
But then I get the what for from the loves. Balance, child. Balance.
yeah, we do have to be our human life. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
That's their way of giving me the boot.
Even Gordon Higginson said that
Yeah.
he lived his human life, and they said he was completely different human than he was a spiritual leader. Well, I mean, he was still a good person, but
Right.
he one in act, and then the other one, see one and you know what I mean. To see
Yeah.
one performing or whatever it is he was doing, I don't mean that in a bad way, and to see him sitting in a restaurant eating dinner with a date, you know what I mean?
Totally
So
right. Because
yeah.
there's a, I think my relationship with spirit is different, of course,
Yeah.
because they're ethereal than it is with a physical person. Totally
Do you,
different.
do you want me to tell you off the subject because it just went into my mind?
Yes.
But when I was this morning, I could feel my guide wanting to come through Grumpy. I could feel him. He was in my ear, but I wanted to go further down. And when I went further down, someone else came in and I didn't recognize him, but it could be because I was in a deeper trance. But I knew it wasn't
Right.
him because he was with
Uh-huh.
me for a while. But he kept wanting to talk about the soul because I
Oh.
speak about the soul even in my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
someone had mentioned the other day in the workshop that our higher self, I'm going to back up for a minute. When I
Okay.
had them expand their soul to another person and the other
Mm-hmm.
person's soul, that I had them bring it in together and they gave them a reading, it was wonderful. But the one person said she got confused because her higher self is the essence of who she is, and the soul is different. She's never really connected with soul, and just beautiful person that said this. I always wonder how people don't know their soul. I still don't get why we
Yeah,
bypass
that
it.
right there just totally confused me
Yeah,
because
yeah. So
I was like, what? Huh? What?
if anybody says, is your higher self your soul? I always say yes. So when
Of
she said
course.
that, I went, I stopped, I backed up because people deserve to have their own beliefs. So I started
Right.
researching. It's parent, it could be that it was taught to her by a book or a teacher, and that's how she feels. So I was very surprised because Grumpy was in my ear talking about it this morning. So I asked him to
Oh.
watch next week. So he was telling me, and how he says it in his grumpy way, he was telling me that so now what's being said, we have a higher self, we have a soul, we have a etheric body, we have a
Oh,
conscious, we
come on.
have this,
Really?
he says, who's going to go to heaven? He didn't say the word heaven, but who's going to come home? All of you. I mean, it's all one being.
I love that. I
So
love
hopefully
him.
he'll
He
come through next
cracks
week
me
and
up.
speak about it. So he said he was saying it's a soul is who is the essence of us
Yes.
attached, we're the etherical body, and when our physical body passes, the etherical body is who we are. It looks like
Right.
us, it is us but more
Right.
pure, and that's our soul. They're not going to
Right.
say, come on, conscious, come on, higher
Right.
self.
Right.
Whatever.
The,
So
the conscience, the consciousness is the soul.
everybody takes it and makes it so unsimple. It's just so
Right.
simple. It's
That's
just,
why I was like, huh? You're confusing me
I don't
because they
understand it.
make it
It's just
so
like
hard.
everybody says you have, I'm not going to go into detail because I'll offend people. You say you have this
Yeah.
person that brings in people to be, you have that guy, that guy, that guy. And it's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I get, yeah, when they say, got to have your gatekeepers to do this. And it's like, blah, blah, blah. Don't make it. I mean, love say that all the time. Don't make it so difficult.
Yeah.
Right. It really is simple. Right. You're a soul.
I don't, I don't, I don't begrudge or or judge anybody that talks about the
No.
gate. I just stay within myself because if
Right.
that's what they believe, it's what they believe. But I don't believe it myself that I have a gatekeeper. I know that I have a guide and I have a couple
Right.
other guys. I also know that if we say we really do have 7 guys, I haven't met all 7 of them yet. Some of them aren't there with us because they're still alive. So my son guides me, and he wasn't with me at the time, but now he is. So he's on my team. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Totally. Because Austin, my son's on my team. And I
Yeah.
asked him the other day, matter of fact, it was Monday night. I said, where exactly, what is your job description? And he shows me him standing right here behind me. And he then buffs up. And I was like, oh, I get it. I gotcha. He goes, Mom, I make sure who needs to be here is here. That's it. I was
Yeah.
like, I love you. Right. And then he says, and then he goes on to say other things. But yeah, your son is working with you. My
Yeah.
son's working with me. And it's really that simple. Right.
I can remember when I first started searching about how to use my mediumship years ago. And and they said they were speaking about guides. Everybody said you can't have a loved one in heaven be your guide. Yeah, they can. They literally
Yeah.
when you're doing a contract or whatever, it's like,
Yes.
I'm going to be your son, but I'm going to pass before you.
And
And
then
I,
I will be on your team. Yep.
yeah, and I mean, I would probably, if I had to now go, no, 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 no,
Right.
no, 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 you're not passing before me. But
Yeah.
that's,
Right. Oh, no, no, no.
it's my grandfather. I know for a fact he guides me also. But spirits are so funny.
Yeah. Without a doubt. They've,
They
people
could,
make,
they have a sense of humor too. They're so funny.
oh, they, come on, they have to deal with you and me. You have to have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't be uptight around me. It's not going to work. But they have jobs over there. Oh, I think what people, I guess, as you learn, when you, what's that saying? When you know better, you do better, right? When you
Yeah.
learn more, then you expand your consciousness, right? Your awareness, and things just make sense, right?
Yeah.
When we cross over, we have jobs. We continue to learn, right? We don't have a boss. I guess you know what I mean. There's always somebody who's teaching you. If you
I
want to
do
call that a
think there's
boss, so be it.
structure. I believe there is structure.
There has to be,
I don't
right?
think it's like us, like we're laws where we're afraid somebody, there's structure and you can't break the law by killing somebody. I don't think it's that type of life. But I do
No.
know there's some type, my son showed me there's some type of structure. He showed it to me some years ago. So,
Mm-hmm.
and there's
Right. So Austin
goals and
said there's a
training.
council, right? But
Yeah.
but you're absolutely right. There's no policing needs to be done because we're all at the same level
No
where
one
we
tries
need
to
to be.
be more powerful than the other there.
Right. Right.
And so ego doesn't play a role, or egotism doesn't play a role.
No, not at all. And for
Might be
the
saying wrong.
yeah, and for the ones who aren't matched to us energetically, right, where we have worked very hard to get to where we want to be, right? Well,
Oh,
then we don't have to worry about those people who are happy where they are
yeah,
in the lower energy. So we don't have to worry about any of that, which is nice.
yeah.
Thus comes the levels. if you want to call it that. But it is true. There are levels. And I'm glad.
Well, the reason why, from what I understand, from what I've been told, is, and we have our, I just heard shadow body, which is our soul.
Hmm.
Soul is immortal. But as time goes on, we as we evolve, we shed that body that we so feel like we need when we leave our physical body. So yeah.
I was so happy to get out of this body. Oh my gosh.
Well, when you get into
Woo.
your etherical body, that is a, a twin of this body, it's your soul body. When you get into that, you'll feel
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, when you come back into this body, I've told you this before. It is so heavy, so uncomfortable, and I don't care if you're like 82 pounds. It's still heavy, very heavy.
Or,
It's like you drop into a weight. You can feel the density. But I mean, how nice not to be able to have to, worry about makeup or, you just, right? Or eating or anything like that. It's just, how
it is,
great.
it is true what they say, because my son showed me. I saw my son. He used to have the nicest goatee. He always kept really good care of it. It was gone. His tattoos were gone. Tattoos, everything was gone. He had nothing.
Right?
All
It's
of it.
freeing.
Yeah.
This
So when I
body's
was,
work.
yeah, when I was growing up and doing the religion, with my grandmother had us go to Methodist church. She was Methodist. They would say to us that if you tattoo your body, it's a sin. If you pierce
I've
your
heard
ears,
that.
it's a sin because you're putting.
Yeah.
Have you heard that too? But
Oh, yeah. I was,
yeah,
every foster home I was in was religious. I think I've been baptized everything under the sun. So I'm good.
and
But
I don't
yes,
understand. So
no
you're afraid, so, oh
tattoos,
my
no
God, you're
earrings.
gonna be a sin
Yes.
because you got pierced ears or a
Yeah.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Or,
And I'd say, I'm not desecrating, I am decorating.
yeah, so and then you hear, but the Bible, I remember something, I don't know the Bible by heart, but I remember something being said, what you do unto the body does not affect your soul.
Right.
Yeah. So it's our inner core that we want to work on.
To work on. Yeah,
Yes. But yeah,
exactly. And then there's that big debate on cremation versus burial. It's like, oh my word, here we go, right? It's
I,
just a body.
my son's cremated. I want to be cremated. And they
Me
charge,
too.
it's, you might as well, I mean, a fortune. It's already going up for cremation, but it's a fortune to have a coffin. Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, I wouldn't want one anyway. Burn me and then plant a tree. Let me fertilize a tree or
Well,
something.
they also charge you for the embalmment, which when my son was passed away, I think it was $2,000, $2,500. That's crazy.
That
And
is crazy.
well, we didn't have him in bomb, but he didn't want all that. But they just tell you the option. And the coffin is expensive, but to hold them until the funeral, it's like you got to rent a space. It's unbelievable. I don't even get in all that detail anyway. It sounds,
Oh,
yeah. So,
that's yeah. No, it's just they make money off of it a lot, and especially when you're grieving, uh, it's awful. It's awful. It's a scam. I'm sorry,
yeah.
it
Well,
is.
who we had was good to us, though. He really was great. I don't, but I do know that he was telling me all the stuff, and he would they would. It was just it was sad. I mean. I shouldn't have been doing it anyway. My mind was so heavy. I told him the wrong day. My son's passed away and everything. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
shouldn't
because
be doing it.
yeah, yeah, you're not thinking. That's when you're not thinking straight.
Yeah.
Totally, totally get it. Totally get it. And we didn't have Austin embalmed at
Mm.
all. It was
Well,
it was done very quickly.
the only reason why they would have done it was for a viewing.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, I don't even want to get on that anyway. Brings back
Yeah,
sadness.
it
But
does, doesn't it? Cancel, cancel,
but you don't have
cancel all of
to
that.
speak about them as good and beautiful as they are, and as they were, and they still are, and not about when their physical body had to leave our earth. We're good because
Yeah,
it's sad. But yeah, I don't know. But at least we know they're around.
you know, without a doubt, without a doubt. Every time,
And
throughout the day,
I
I'll hear, "Hey, mom," like,
I know
"Oh,
your son's
honey."
around. When I saw that video of him laughing about Christmas and he this, well,
Yeah,
weeks before I even took the photos, I saw someone beside you laughing like that, and I was like, I swear when they're moving, you capture it, but you
yeah.
don't capture the full thing. I saw the mouth and the chin and the laugh, but I said, wow, I know that laughter. And I looked at the video, and it was him. So yeah,
I swear you've got the best eye for catching spirit. It's like they say, "Hello, I'm here. Over here, Julie. Catch me."
I have to find the photo though. And so I took screenshots of the video so I could capture that smile.
Love it. Because they get your attention without a doubt. Without a doubt.
They
It's like they
train
say, "Hello." Hmm.
they train
I
all of
mean,
us.
it's some people just aren't patient enough, though, right? To just listen to spirit, and then you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It takes. It's not one and done, right? You have to put in the time. You have to, right? It's not something that happens overnight. Period. Not your mediumship, not your trance work, none of it.
I saw one of the spirit photographers that's on Facebook a lot, and I'm not going to mention his name. And somebody wanted to know how to do, had wanted some done, and he said you have to call in a spirit, somebody who can call in and photograph spirits. Everybody can do it. I can't believe you have to call, but you do have to be dedicated and patient like that for them. You want them to
Yeah.
show up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So as like for our Monday circle, for example, they show up, and then oh my
Oh,
God,
without a doubt.
they come over our face and everything. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It's like they are excited.
Mhm.
I know it when it's time. Monday. The loves. I can feel them. The energy's going up. The going up. They get excited.
Yeah.
They get very excited to be that they're. I guess recognize. I don't even want to say recognized. Acknowledged. Right.
Yeah.
It's time. It's like a time for them to show up and to be seen, and they like it. They love it. We can feel that energy,
Mhm.
and I just feel so privileged, so honored to
I
you
do too.
know
I do too.
right, to be physical and to be part of the ethereal at the same time. It's nice.
Because we allow it and we don't have any fear, and it's yeah, and we trust.
None.
Well, yeah,
None whatsoever.
I have no fear either.
Mm-mm.
It's beautiful.
Well, there was. I don't with the as much love and light as we have around us, and the time that we put into, and I even hate to say craft, but into being who we are, right? We wouldn't even attract something like that. He'd be like, "Oh shit, nope, nope, right, no, not going over there. We'll get our ass kicked." You know? My mind doesn't even go there at
I used to
all.
when I was younger, I did. When I was young and dumb.
Yeah, I think we all right. It's sure when we're younger, you bet, because we don't know better, right? And we don't work at from our heart space at that point in life. We don't know how, right? Not yet, because it's just not time yet. We're learning still. Um, until we do learn, and then it's like, oh, I get it. I got it. I don't have to be this anymore, and I don't have to be that anymore. I can finally just be me.
Yeah, and
And
we've been lucky too because some people never grow out of it, and they don't, and they have to come back and learn that again. So,
no, 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 I'm not coming back.
and really, what I would like to say is the judgment of mediums and the judgment of people in general, judging mediums and judging trance mediums and judging all these people. It's just a shame if they have an opinion that's bad. You see something fake, just keep it. They should keep it to themselves and then posting it all on Facebook and social media and stuff.
Because where does that really, you know, where does that really get you? Nowhere, right? And this is just my belief, and it's worked for me. Is you have to see people and meet people where they are.
Yes.
Period. Period. End of story. Because they're not going to hear what you have to say because they're not ready to hear it.
Right.
It's going to fall on deaf ears, right? They're learning. They're in their whatever stage they're in with whatever circumstance they're in, right? They're still learning. So you got to see them and meet them where they are, and with no judgment.
Yeah. Yeah, so true.
With no
But people,
judgment.
it's all everybody's ego.
Right.
I'm just joking. It's not everybody, but people. And some ego can be good too. So I should just shut up. Yeah.
Well,
So warm outside. Is it warm there?
oh my,
Yeah.
I'm hating life. Cancel, cancel. Yes, I'm starting to
No.
live in a sweat lodge.
You know something? I know what we say we put out to the universe. So yeah, I've learned that. I try to tell my children that all the time. Don't say that. It's going to come back at you. You can't say
That's why I say cancel, cancel, cancel,
it.
cancel.
So that's where the fear should lie, is that you don't want it to bounce back on you or whatever. It
Yeah,
does in the case. But that being said, I'll
exactly.
stop the recording now and we shall be back next week.